Hello CIS30A. In this video I'm going to talk about part D of lab 5. In this lab we are going to create message box using Tkinter. And for our message box, it is a widget and we use it to display boxes in the Python applications. So we would implement the function name using this as part of the parameter, like what you see with the syntax is shown here, message box, and then the function name. The title is going to be the title of the message box that you wanted to show. The message is the string to be displayed inside the message box, like, enter a comment or comment. And then options, there are two options to be used. The default is for the default, like abort, retry, ignore. And the parent would specify the top window message box is to be displayed. So function name can be varied. Here are some of the built-in methods that can be used with message box widget. Show info, warning, error, ask question, ask okay, cancel, ask yes or no, and ask retry, cancel. So the first step is to import Tkinter as a root object and message box. Then we're going to create the object. Then we're going to create the label widget, pack the widget, and create the box to display error. So our program should show the message box and then it would continue to loop. As we would have that right here. So here what I have is I have the program. There are two ways that we can import. We can import with the asterisk where we're uncertain what that would be, or we would import it with an identifier message box. We're going to go ahead and create the root, and the root is going to be your TK window. Its size is 300 by 200. We're going to have a label, and the label is going to show display message to user. The font size is going to be 50. We pack that label. We're going to have a message box, show info information. Another message box, show warning. Another one, show error. That's going to be error. And ask questions, ask okay, cancel, ask yes or no. So realistically, we don't do all of these together, but I want to show you how you can do different message box. And then lastly, we would have a main loop. And on these, you don't have to pack them because it's actually based on the user action. So let me run this and show you. So when we run this, we would first have a window display message to user, and that's coming from line 7 here. That's going to be the label that we have. Then it's going to give the information message box, which is this one right here. And this would be useful if you wanted to really pop up and, get the attention of the user and display some kind of text message. Then once I click OK, the next one, which is line 12, warning shows up. So if you wanted to show warning to the user that they selected a certain option or click something, we can do a message box there. And then the error. And so all of these just defaulted back to the operating system format for the warning, information, and error. Then we wanted to customize it. Are you sure? Yes or no, right? Yes or no, ask question. So if I click yes, do I want to continue? Click OK. Do you want to find a value? Click yes. So when you wanted to show, like, do you want to submit your information to the form? Yes or no, right? Do you want it to continue to make a purchase? Yes or no? So you can ask various questions. In this one, it actually is try again. We can retry. So if in case there's an error, there's some kind of connection failure or whatever, we can have them to ask to retry. We can ask to retry there. So to recapture, we imported Tkinter, and in this one I use from Tkinter import asterisk, or you can use from Tkinter import message box. That's the method that we wanted to incorporate. And then we would have the root TK, our window geometry, the size of it. We have a label displaying message to the user. We packed it. Then we have message box for each type, and from information to warning to error, and the rest of the questions. Lastly, we would have a root main loop to continue to loop, so the window would continue to show. So when we run this, it shows our label and then our message box is separate. When we keep clicking, it's going to keep showing various message there. This is the message box that we included. So this would conclude my Part D video for Lab 5 CIS30A.